My instruments have picked up large magnetic fields radiating from inside that blimp. If Arpeggio's already started reassembling clockwork, that's where you'll find it.
Sounds good. I'm on my way.
Don't waste any time here, Sly. Get to the blimp and take some recon photos. To build the plan, we need to know how close they are to reviving clockwork.
Relax, Bentley. I've got it under control.
I had no idea they could reassemble clockwork so fast.
Calm down, Bentley. He might be in one piece, but he doesn't appear to be, alive. Let's stick to the format here. How about some recon photos?
You're right. We need to be informed to create a plan of action. Try to get a shot of Clockwork's head, a mech egg, and one of those spinning magnetic inducers. They seem important to the procedure, but stay away from the guards. If you get detected, we won't have time for a second chance.
Feel like they dwarfed Clockwork. Looks a lot smaller than they did in the Thieves Raccoonus.
Clockwork appears completely inanimate. We still might have a chance. I'm sensing radioactivity from inside those mech eggs. I wouldn't get too close. These magnetic inducers seem to be holding the clockwork parts together. Sly, I'm detecting voices from the front of the blimp. I think it's Arpeggio. Neela? Neela's here too! There he is. The mastermind behind this blimp and the source of all our problems. I can't believe it! She must have been working with Arpeggio all along! I don't need to study those photos to see the writing on the wall. Clearly, Neela and Arpeggio have conspired together to rebuild Clockwork, and it looks like they're dangerously close to realizing their goal.
Look, Bentley, I know it's not your style, but I need a quick plan of attack. Try to think of a way, any way, to stop Clockwork from getting reassembled.
Well, those magnetic inducers seem to be holding the parts together. If you reverse their polarity, it should pull Clockwork apart. Unfortunately, the inducer speed control station is locked down tight. Pickpocket keys for the 4 patrolling guards to get at it. Then you'll need to manually reverse the polarity of each inducer deck at the top of their rotation.
Consider it done.
Now get to the speed control station to slow down the spinning inducers. Now that the inducer decks are spinning slower, get up there and reverse the polarity of each deck.
What's all this then? The magnets have been reversed. But, by Jove, it seems to have locked the clockwork parts into place. Excellent.
Sly Cooper! Of course this would be your doing.
Ah, Mr. Cooper. No doubt you believed a reversal would pull the old bird apart, eh? But it seems to have had quite the opposite effect. I'm truly grateful. When fully powered up, I'll join myself to its circuit and be born anew.
All this because you can't fly. You're pathetic.
Immortality! Immortality is what I seek. The other Claw Gang members were much too short-sighted. They were satisfied using the clockwork parts to drive their various trivial schemes. But not me. No, I saw them for what they really were. The keys to life eternal.
So, what? You had Neela put me on the scent back in Cairo, and then waited while I stole the parts from the other Claw Gang members, all the while not arousing any suspicion that you were behind it all?
You make it sound easy, Cooper. I had to carry your pathetic gang through that first set of heists. I was overjoyed when Arpeggio let me toss you in jail. I could finally go after the parts myself.
Ah, but acquiring all the parts was only half the equation. Think, Cooper. What kept Clockwork alive for thousands of years?
He was fueled by his hatred for my family.
Splendid! That's right. Hatred. Putting his gears and wires together was child's play, compared with accumulating that much hatred.
You can't make people hate.
Oh, my poor naive boy. My meticulous mind has found a way. As your hippopotamus friend will attest, spice consumption makes you both angry and susceptible to hypnosis. The Contessa, hypnotist extraordinaire, devised a way to command people through the use of flashing lights. I've created this blimp to be a massive transmitter of those precise light frequencies. The only problem I faced was finding a suitable source of light waves.
The Northern Lights. You've been collecting Northern Light energy so you could hypnotize everyone beneath the blimp.
Ah, hypnotize those who'd eaten food covered in illegal spice. Thank goodness for Dimitri. Through his nightclub, he got the whole city to consume the spice.
You're going to Paris to unleash a hypnotic light show of hate. That's outlandishly cruel.
Cruel, perhaps, but necessary to give Clockwork his spark of immortality. Ah, well, my new body awaits me. Be a dear, Neela, and keep him covered. Ta-ta!
Stupid Arpeggio. I double-crossed the Cooper gang, Interpol, and Carmelita. What made you think I wouldn't do the same to you?
This is preposterous. You're my protege, not the next candidate for my immortality. I demand you exit the Clockwork frame or...
Behold, Pelakla is born!
As we all know, things are looking grim. Neela has joined herself to the Clockwork frame, and the Union has produced Clockla. She's out and free to terrorize the world. This blimp is still in motion to Paris. I can only assume Arpeggio's autopilot will activate the hate hypnosis light show. If that happens, there will be no stopping Clockla. She'll be immortal. But we still have a chance. In her new form, she'll need to draw a lot of energy from this blimp's engines to stay strong. If we can disable the engines, that should be enough to weaken her to a state in which we can attack. Getting at these engines will require all three of us to work together in perfect harmony. We've pulled off some tough jobs in the past, but they were just the warm-up round for what we'll be going through tonight.
Looks like I'm gonna need some help getting into that engine room.
Happy to help.
Bentley tells me that the door to that room is locked down by wall-mounted power stations located throughout this blimp. I'll need you to take out all the power stations and then pry open the door by hand.
No sweat, Sly.
Looks like the power locks are off. Come on back and pry it open for me.
Your turn, buddy.
Careful, Sly. This place is packed with laser security. First, you'll need to make your way to the far end of this room. Then jump up to the second level to get at the engine room control center. Well, I'm inspired something. You should be able to get access to it. That Arpeggio really knew his encryption algorithm. As it stands, I'm only 86.5% convinced the code to the vault is 725. You've gotten the shadow powerful. That's lights out for this engine. This engine room is locked down tight. Since we can't get in, I figure we'll have to destroy it from the outside.
I hope you're carrying some heavy explosives, Bentley, because that engine isn't small.
It just so happens that there's a ready supply of explosives already available on the blimp. Walk one of these TNT barrels up to that engine room to destroy it.
Sounds easy enough. What's the catch?
The initial payload in that TNT barrel won't be powerful enough to do the job. If you pick up 3 magnetic chargers, you should achieve the necessary blast force to destroy the engine. It's simple, really. Just get close to the chargers, and they'll automatically attach to your barrel.
All right, let's blow stuff up.
TNT barrel all charged up. It's time to deliver the payload to that engine.
Should be the last time anyone puts that engine to use.
To disable that engine room, you and I are going to have to work together.
Happy to have you along, Bentley. What do you need me to do?
Pickpocket the guard's keys to the engine room. Once you've got the door open, I'll take over.
Okay, you should take your position. It's not gonna take me long to lighten these guys of their keys.
Okay, Sly, I'm waiting by the engine room door.
Okay, Bentley, you're on.
I'm looking at these blueprints, and I think you've got to shoot out all the bolts with your dart gun to get up to the second level. Here's the hard part. Once you shoot a bolt, you'll need to then take out the bulb the electricity is going to. If you miss and break the wrong bulb, will be a big power surge and kablam! Okay, pal. You're all set to bounce up to the next level. If I'm reading this right, it looks like you need to bolt those power nodes to get into the control room. That door is open. We'll be able to shut this engine down for good. Take it all away, Bunny. Flip the override switch and this engine is toast. That's one less engine for that creepy clock-lock thing to drain power from.
Yeah, this is the only engine room you won't be able to re-enter. Even if you try to enter with Bentley or Sly.
That's one of the engines that needs to be disabled. I won't lie to you, Murray. This is going to be a tough job that requires both our skills.
My skills? Okay, Bentley, if you say so.
First, I'll need to hack the stations controlling access to the engine room. Then, Murray, you'll need to head inside and use your muscle to finish the job.
The Murray will be ready to go.
Hurry!
Hey, pal. Looks like you'll need to lift all those giant cylinders. Once they're locked in the up position, you'll be able to take them out from the top level. Heads up, pal. You've got company. Nice work. Head up to the second level and thunderflop on the giant thunder that finish them all. Perfect. Now, head into the control room and pull the plug on this thing. Another engine bites the dust.
And an unexpected windfall, I've been contacted by Inspector Fox over the shortwave radio. She's well aware of the dire situation we all face if Klakla becomes immortal and has agreed to join forces with us so that we can destroy the robotic bird. The only catch is that she's unable to locate this blimp on her radar. To help her hone in on our position, we'll need to boost the strength of 4 local radio towers. Once Inspector Fox is in range, she'll take one of us on board to act as a tail gunner in a dogfight against Klakla. This is it. We don't have time for another plan. We're almost over Paris, and if that hate hypnosis light show goes off, well, you know the story.
Okay, Sly, we need to send Carmelita a radio pulse so she can home in on the blip. To do that, I'll need you to get on top of 4 very tall towers. They are too big to climb and too tall to jump up normally.
What's this all got to do with this thing you've got me wearing?
It's an experimental mega jump pack. By pressing the R2 button, you'll perform a huge jump, so be careful.
All right, sounds like fun.
It looks like Carmelita has picked up on our signal. She's now headed on an intercept course directly for us.
Look, Sly, for once, let's cut the flirty chit-chat and get down to business. I need an experienced tail gunner. Jump in and grab the gun. We've got a bird to take down.
That's not flirty chit-chat?
some terrific
Sly, Sly, we've got a serious problem here. Lakla's looking mighty upset, and I think she's going to take it out on us.
I'm coming, guys. Hold on.
Sly, this is getting kind of out of hand.
Help! Anyone! SOS!
Oh, I feel sick. Sorry, Bethany.
Hurry, Sly! We're going down really fast!
You might have a new body, Neela, but you're still the low-down, backstabbing coward we've beaten time and time again. This won't be any different.
Be brave while you can, Cooper. When I feel so coward growing within
We did it.
Right on!
It's an emotional moment.
Die, infect! Die! I hate mess.
Watch out. That thing's still kicking.
Lakla mentioned something about a heat chip. It sounded like the source of her power.
We remove it. She might stop attacking.
Then let's do a little open head surgery. I'll pry open that beak so that Bentley can go to town with his bombs.
Let's get out of here. She's about to explode. My glasses.
What? Bentley, I'll save you!
Pick me up. I can't walk.
Come on, Sly, let's get out of here!
And there we were, at the end of the road. The Claw Gang had been defeated, and the clockwork parts lay scattered around in heaps. Yet, despite the explosion, they remained pristine. It was as if nothing could ever hurt them. Carmelita cursed herself for showing up too late to get a few shots in on Clockla, so she took it out on what was close at hand, the hate chip. And just like that, it was over. Without that core piece, that essential center of clockwork, there was nothing left. The parts aged before our eyes as if time had finally caught up with the ancient bird. How ironic that Carmelita, a police officer, would be the one to lift the curse from the Cooper family. The menace of clockwork would never again rise to threaten me or my children. True to her nature, she informed us that we were all under arrest. But one look at my gang told me that we were in no shape for a fast getaway. So I offered to go peacefully in exchange for letting my friends walk. They'd taken some bruises through all of this, but I was surprised, shocked really, to see them leave their gear behind as they walked away. Their wounds were deeper than I'd imagined. Those guys were hurting. Carmelita's old police unit soon arrived. With me in custody, her name was cleared, and she even got a well-deserved promotion. It was the least I could do. The ride to HQ started with us sitting in silence, trying to read each other's thoughts. As the reality of my capture started to sink in, she began to relax, and we got to talking. We spoke freely about our previous adventures, comparing notes and even getting in a few laughs. Then we started talking about, well, everything. Books, music, art. It was like we were on a first date. She even showed me the bottle she'd been saving for the special occasion of my arrest. My heart sank when she realized that our short flight across town had already taken 2 hours, a fact I'd kind of clued into after seeing the Eiffel Tower float by 17 times. She went forward to ask the pilot what was up, and it looked like my pals had left me a little going-away present before taking off. Floating away on the night breeze, I could faintly make out Carmelita's voice.
I'll find you, Cooper! I'll be seeing you soon, Retail.
It's always funny when the game tells you after you beat it to go outside and play. Or just go outside in general. I said in the Blimp HQ that Clockwork's frame was a lot smaller compared to the first game, but during Showdown with Claw, it seemed awfully bigger, back to normal size, sort of. I think the Band of Thieves is really great, but I find there's one flaw in it that does not share with the rest of the franchise. After you've completed all 8 episodes, there's really nothing else to do about it. Do further. I mean, you can go back and say if you didn't do any of the saves, you can go back and do that, or if you didn't buy all the upgrades, you can go back and collect more money, but nothing you can really do it. Well, let me put it to you this way. In the other games, you can restart levels, replay jobs and boss fights, but in the Band of Thieves, can't really do that. Although I do know this one glitch from Mess in the North where if you interact with the lever sometimes from that aims the laser out the window, you can repeat some of the jobs up from that point up till the end of the episode. But again, nothing really else. Yay. I'm just going to finish it up with 2 things. First, I'm going to go back to episode 8, Anime for Disaster. Since I've achieved 100%, since the game's 100% complete, I can input the cheat code that'll let me use Mega Jump. And then I'll come back to episode select and then show off the behind the scenes video. Funny enough, Anatomy for Disaster only has 2 guards, which are basically the same one. The flashlight guards, only the regular rooftop guards. On Stilton with a backpack flashlight weapon blaster. One thing I did forget to mention at the beginning is that in comparison with the Sly and the Thieves Raccoonus is all Claw Gang members have 3 guards as opposed to the previous game, which had maybe 5 guards as usual. 2 rooftop, i.e. the smaller guards, and 1 flashlight, i.e. the big guard. A thing to note that the Mega Jump is not a permanent unlock, unlike the Tom and Time Rush gadgets. Every time you enter a level, you have to re-enter the code. While you unlock the behind the scenes, bonus video in episode 7, I figured it made would make a better end of the video. video.
Sly Cooper is cunning, cool. He's. Am I supposed to look in the camera at you?
Tell me about Sly Cooper.
Well, Sly Cooper is a thief, and he's a different type of thief. He's cool, he's tough, but he's got to be lovable at the same time. And he's also a really good-looking guy, and he has a sexy voice. Just, arr.
I'd say about a month into development, we came up with a one-sentence description that really has guided the development of the product. And the one sentence was, Sly and the gang work together to pull off a string of big heists.
When I say heist, I mean like classic Hollywood heist film kind of heist, where the last third of the film was all about this big, spectacular, elaborate crime involving many thieves working together to do something huge.
We knew we wanted to do something a little different than the first Sly. We wanted to broaden some of the gameplay elements, broaden the environments, have more characters in the game. You actually use all the different characters' skills in different ways and different combos, and it really makes for a really fun experience.
There's a backstabbing, there's a betrayal, there's a jailbreak.
Thiefiness is different things to different people. For some people, it's being sneaky. For some people, it's being agile. We want Sly the Thief to really encompass all of these things.
It is really fun and really thiefy to be on the top of the roof, scaling across the level, running across wires, looking down at guards looking for you.
I think we all would love to be able to do the things Sly does, just to be able to jump from rooftop to rooftop, land like a cat on top of a wire and scamper down it. If I did that, I'd break an ankle.
Two things that we try to keep in mind when we start any drawing of Sly is, number one would be definitely the silhouette, creating a strong silhouette, which is especially important in animation. And number two is motion. He's always kind of forward moving, low to the ground, and try to get a lot of motion, and usually just start off with a couple of lines and let that be sort of his overall arcing motion. It'll be like his spine and his supporting leg, and off of that, just sort of compose where his details are going to be.
I haven't stolen anything. Yet.
Sly is the charismatic leader of the band of thieves. He's got that moxie, he's got that skill under pressure that makes him special.
Sly Cooper is deeply involved with two ladies, Inspector Carmelita Fox and Constable Neela. He's kind of flirty with both of them.
Why don't you and I go out on the town?
And their relationship is actually one of the major narrative threads for the whole game.
We're on for that date in Bollywood.
Freeze, Cooper.
Inspector Fox, as beautiful and unpredictable as ever.
Whereas you crooks are so predictable, you always return to the scene of the crime.
Let me at that security computer. Presto, all clear.
Bentley is the brain of the organization, the guy with the gadgets. He's just really fun.
People have said that I resemble the character that I did the voice for, Bentley, and I guess I can see that. I mean, I am mostly human, but there's a little part of me that is a turtle.
Any good heist needs someone who's gonna work the bombs, and clearly that's Bentley.
Now head back to the safe house with those pictures and let's get a plan together.
Bentley really looks like Bentley, and Murray kind of looks like Murray, and they act like it. If people say that Bentley's the brains, Murray is definitely the brawn. He's all about freedom, you know? Just let it go. Yeah, baby. Let it all hang out.
Murray is like big and a brawler. It's kind of the muscle of the crew.
Murray can lift these guys up above his head and toss them into flames or into the water or off of buildings and things like that. And it's kind of all manner of slapsticky ways for them to be dispatched.
The Murray scores again!
Murray wants to do things the way Sly would do them, but it's sort of Murray's version of that, and it's a little bit oafier. He's really trying to make himself really small, too, because, of course, he's got a lot to hide.
This is a universe in pantslessness. Hence, no pants.
No pants.
Yeah, I don't wear pants. And I like to hang out with little furry animals. That's what makes it so real. They're just being themselves.
This game, we really wanted it a lot more to be about doing something rather than just going somewhere. And as a result, one of the things we really focused on this game was to really work on the AI.
Sly is able to handle different classes of enemies in the game, and it tends to be that the ones that are dangerous to him walk the streets and are patrolling and guarding the areas.
The guards are just more intelligent and more sophisticated, which makes getting from point A to point B in the world both unique and interesting for every player who goes through it. No two players will have the same experience traveling through the Sly world.
When we get a level from the 3D modelers, we have a lot of communication between them during the process of when it's being built before it's handed off. And basically, we have a great foundation to work with because you need a good 3D foundation to put the maps on.
For us, the environments, we really wanted to make them beautiful and interesting, but never more important than Sly. Not just artistically, but also game-wise, they should be fun to play in. Very jungle gym. They should feel very stealthy. You should feel when you're playing in these worlds, I can't believe I'm getting to do this.
You and the rest of the Claw Gang have to be stopped.
Let's dance!
Here, I am king. Oh, it's tough being this tough.
You learn too much about the Claw Gang.
Immortality is what I seek.
Dimitri is this lounge lizard who runs a seedy nightclub.
He's a master forger / counterfeiter.
Look, I'm sure that two cats in a bag like us can work something out.
The coolest part about Dimitri is how he talks. English is his second language, and he learned all his English from watching hip-hop videos.
Have you no vision? Are you hearing what I mean to you?
Jean grew up poor on the streets of Calcutta, turned to selling illegal spices. He's come up in the world, and he's basically trying to buy his way into royalty. He's just a low-level street thug in rich robes.
All I see is a fat, pathetic weakling.
The Contessa is a creepy spider, an expert in hypnosis, and works for Interpol, the police agency.
She decides to open up this rehabilitation clinic for criminals. But wait, it's just a scam, because it's really a front so that she can hypnotize criminals into telling her where they've hidden their loot.
You're an ignorant child playing dress-up in his father's legacy. Oh, I know all about you and the Cooper clan. Oh.
Jean Bisson was a prospector. He got buried in an avalanche for 100+ years, and he thawed out. And he's decided that he's going to push back the wilderness.
He loves strip mining. He loves clear cutting of trees.
He's just a product of his time. He just happens to be living 100 years later. So his entire mission in life is to tame the West.
As my father said, the only good fish isn't eaten fish.
Arpeggio is a small flightless bird, and because he can't fly, he's completely enthralled with all the flying machines of Da Vinci.
When they said I was playing the parrot, I was kind of like, oh, they'll love it when I come walking in. Hi, I'm the parrot. 6'4" and very large man plays a little tiny crazy parrot. Arpeggio, eternal life. That's what I crave, eternal life.
Hello.
Welcome to Sucker Punch Productions. Are you recording? No, that's awful. I think one of the real big strengths at Sucker Punch is it's a very creative team that tends to push themselves.
What's this word right here?
That is to make sure that Nate is working.
It's always been a collaborative effort all the way through the pipeline. And the pipeline is set up like that specifically so that everybody gets their chance to inject themselves into what they're doing.
Hey, how's it going?
We've been really lucky in that we've just gotten really great people on board to do the kinds of things that we need to do, making a really great game.
Well, we're crazy.
Do you want any dialect or anything to make it appeal to the European gaming market? Raccoons, squirrels, turtles. Sly Cooper 2 is the finest game you'll ever play this year.
Stop.